Alright, let's crack one of the last remaining nuts in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yes, I am aware that did not work as well as I thought it would, but I'm going to use it for this take. So, pickup. How is pickup working? So what I want to do is move around the amulet coin. I want to move that Pokemon to the top of my pickup team. That way we're getting the most efficiency, in theory, possible. I guess having like 6 pickup Pokemon could be better, but a consistent 1,000 Pokédollars per battle seems pretty nice. Now, the big thing about pickup, is it worth? So far, for me personally, it is not, which is why I want to do the hard math and come to a more solid conclusion than we have. Because I had 400, 500 medium candies, 500 large, or 400-ish large candies as well, but I sunk those into a few level 100 Pokemon, and now we're out. I gotta go back to raids, even though now that we have like the AFK Turbo Controller Ace Academy money-making method, that just seems to be the best thing. But if there's like a little bit of sidetrack, if there's a good loot table to pick up, then we should be good. Well, then why not just look up the pickup loot table? Problem is, we don't have it yet. So for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, the pickup table was data mined by Cafotics. I just refreshed this a few minutes ago, and at this time, we do not have the pickup table data mined, so we don't really know what is on that table. Now, I am probably the person with the most pickups in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, it's crazy for like over 10 million people buying the game, but I'm the only one that's been like crazy enough to dedicate pretty much every playthrough of a modern Pokemon game to pickup. So let's see how that compares to the other pickup tables we've seen. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, pickup was busted because you needed heart scales, but then the move Pre-Learner came in with Pokemon Sun and Moon. That didn't really become a thing. PP-ups also much more rare. Destiny Knot, if you got a playthrough pickup Destiny Knot, you were set. You were golden. Now you can just buy that. You can just buy leftovers as well. And then these items don't really matter as much once you get your level 100 Pokemon. And EXP candies kind of outdo rare candies. So what about Pokemon Sun and Moon? Nuggets are good for money, heart scales once again needed, but roughly the same table, and then like a weird small window to actually get the big pearls, whatever, ball mushrooms or thing. I've gotten a lot of ball mushrooms from this Pokemon Scarlet and Violet pickup playthrough, and that was before I got my Pokemon to level 100. So this is going to be for Pokemon Sword and Shield right here. And again, roughly the same table. PP ups, still nice to pick up, still kind of rare. The herbs don't matter as much anymore, especially because I think you can just find them in the wild, even for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. If not, it's definitely for like the DLC. Max revives don't really matter, but then bottle caps being available, very, very good. But you can just buy bottle caps, so 20k Pokédollars, you do an Ace Academy or an Academy Ace battle, and then you've got a bottle cap, or you just get them from 5-star raids. And if you're doing 5-star raids, well, you're fine. Evolution Stones were a lot better and a lot more rare in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl, I think? Or was there another way of getting them? Nope, it was mostly pickup, which is why I was cracked in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So, we had like this weird regression in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl where the effectiveness of pickup went up because the competitive quality of life went down. But there was no ranked ladder, always 1% on Destiny Knot, still huge. Bottle caps, also very, very nice. But the leveling in the game, we didn't have experience candy, so Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl not really competitive. And then nothing on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because, again, it doesn't exist. So what does my pickup experience tell me? My pickup experience tells me it's pretty much the Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl and Sword and Shield loot table. I think I've even gotten like some evolutionary stones, so that kind of tracks. So I want to go out, I actually want to test this with the payday and some extra money to see if it's good, because it seems like a little nerfed, but also just completely unnecessary in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now the next question is, where is the best place to actually battle Pokemon? Normally it's about EVs, normally it's about specific rare Pokemon and stuff, but where do you actually just want to fight the most Pokemon possible? We can look at a map. So this has kind of like developed more and more with like interactive Pokemon Scarlet and Violet maps and overall things. These are all these spawning areas for Pokemon, and it really looks like, wow, that Southwest has a lot of Pokemon that spawn, and those cluster spawns, I've noticed it feel pretty good, but there's also a lot of Drifloon and Drifblim there, so types start coming into play. The first area has a lot of Pokemon, it feels. They're low level, but they're actually kind of like scattered about. Seems like really anywhere works. And then we have the desert. Now, my thought behind the desert is, as you're going from Pokemon spawn to Pokemon spawn, you're also just kind of picking up items, and that's going to help out with money. But the money problem doesn't actually really seem that much. Also, if you need to pick up Pokemon, you can get Phanpy here. Also, if you go to the mountain area, there's just tons of static spawns for Greavard, so that's where you can get pickup. Also high level, save a little bit of candies, and then the idea is we just payday everything, and we try to just one-shot as fast and efficiently as possible. But going back to the money, if you're doing AFK or Academy Ace tournament, money kind of doesn't matter, so it's just about the raw spawns, trying to see if there's any benefit to the items on the pickup table. So I'm just gonna go and do this for a while, and you know, the interesting thing is people are going to say, well, if you want money, why not use Golden Go? Make It Rain gives the same amount of money. I was about to say, I'm shocked that Donphan survived, but Sturdy comes into play, so the Pokemon of the area will actually, like, harm the rates and harm the pickup and stuff. And I don't think, like, my idea being Desert, really good for money, but I don't need money, because I have a Turbo Controller, so maybe this isn't the spot to go. And back to the Make It Rain, it just it's actually like more animation, and it doesn't give you any more money and has less PP. So just classic pickup, or not classic pickup, classic payday is the way to go. Alright, so starting area seems fine. Like, you get a lot of Pokemon spawns. There's probably a lot of areas where you can just cap out on the spawns. Also, like, normal food into Chansey is fine. If you want to save on candies and you want to get your experience up that way, you can. I also don't think you need a level 100 Pokemon for pickup, since the tables get access at level 91. So I actually, in my greed, wasted a lot of candies, because like the 91 through 100 is where it gets parabolic and stuff, so you only need to get them to 91. And if you want to save from 90 to 91, then I guess you're going to be fine on the just Chanseys anyways, and then you can pretty much back-to-back Chanseys. So the number I use is 1 KO every 20 seconds, which seems about right. So you can get 3 KOs a minute. How that interacts with pickup, that's a thing, and also you do have to take a couple seconds to check and then remove items when you get it. So I've been fainting Pokemon for a few minutes, which is definitely overkill, but let's see what we have in the pickup. Oh. A Nugget. Yeah, so that actually doesn't really do anything for us. So we put that away. That's 750 Pokédollars. That's an extra 5,000. That's an extra 750. So we got like 6,500 Pokédollars from 5 pickup Pokemon. On top of the paydays, though, so an extra 3k, and then that's over 3 minutes, and that's 9 kills, so 9k, 12k in 3 minutes. That's actually pretty low, but it's about that extra little bit of efficiency. Now you can, and it remains to be seen if it's actually worth it or not, you can have like a Meowth that has pickup, that's using payday. You can't have the Amulet coin, but you're still getting 500 Pokédollars per use. So you drop in 1,500 Pokédollars a minute for an extra pickup slot. But it just seems like the pickup items, very simple, very predictable, useful. But once you actually like get into the super hyper late game, it's not like, yo, Pokemon Sword and Shield, you get a bottle cap and a PP up from pickup, you are winning. Extra rare candies are nice too. Nah, it just seems like since you can buy all the items on the pickup table, and this wasn't really accounted for or adjusted, or maybe they just didn't want pickup to be busted, it seems meh. Don't get a level 100 pickup Pokemon also, because you just don't need it. Also, my arch enemy Occam strikes again. So, the simplest solution, go to a mass outbreak. You're going to get better rates for shiny Pokemon, and you're also going to have Pokemon spawning in crazy numbers. Now, you can look for an outbreak that you really want, and if you're going to be grinding a mass outbreak, you can just do the Let's Go feature, but I think there might be a pickup angle to it. Also, there's a couple other things like using, Noibat. If that isn't annoying because of the location, then that actually might be pretty cool. Dondozo is also pretty nice, but that Pokemon's high level and fat. So, if we're not one-shotting it, that's also a problem. So another idea is you have all pickup Pokemon with Thief. And the cool thing about Thief this generation is that you actually don't have to have no held item. If you have a held item and you Thief, it just goes straight into your bag. So you can, if you can get away with it, yeah, Dondozo is also just too fat. I was like, that'd be a cool shiny, but we don't really get away with it. But a Pokemon with Thief that can one-shot against like certain wild Pokemon with good wild held items, but I don't think we have that comprehensive list yet either. That could actually just be better than Payday in some situations, and you're freeing up that pickup spot. So there's like layers to this. Oh my goodness, that is actually terrifying and reminiscent of like the crazy Sharpedos back in Pokemon Isle of Armor. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy because a big nugget, I thought I got a couple in the past, but maybe I didn't. That's really good. So if it's like a 5% chance of getting a big nugget, yeah, that's 20k. That actually makes up for a lot of money, and it makes things more interesting with this. So Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl doesn't have a big nugget, but Pokemon Sword and Shield does. Could be very likely we're just dealing with the same table as Pokemon Sword and Shield, which would make sense if there wasn't like a lot of love or care put into this ability because of the interactions with everything else in the game. However, Pickup also just seems to be like it's not activating as much. And that's where things kind of get interesting. So, unless the table comes out and it turns out there's like something ridiculous, like 1% chance to get Golden Bottle Cap, but even then, that's not that ridiculous because 10% for Pickup to activate, 1% for Golden Bottle Cap, 1 in 1,000, you're doing 3k, or not 3k, 3 Pokemon Faints a minute, 180 Pokemon a minute. That's 5 hours to get a Golden Bottle Cap. Now, I guess divide by 5, you might see a Golden Bottle Cap once every 1 to 2 hours, and that's only worth 100k. Which is not good. So personally for me it's bittersweet. I like feeling like I'm getting like some edge, I'm getting some giga min-max because I'm integrating Pickup into my gameplay, but everything's viable. You can't get like an exclusive item or jump ahead or get like extra money this way. So it just seems like, Pickup not really worth it, especially if you're stupid and get your Pokemon to level 100 like me. I do think every playthrough wants to pick up Pokemon just to, like, give you that extra nugget, give you that extra rare candy, give you that extra little edge. But as for, like, an alternative grind, nah, just do 5-star raids. You get bottle caps that way. You get all the good money items that way. If you need money, Academy Ace Tournament is cracked. Even without the Turbo Controller, you just pop in a Fluttermane and then press A and it wins. I have a guide on that, so you can check out all of that and my other content and my competitive team building. So there we go, guys. Hope you all enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.